Then, what do you know about it? What do you know about trade? What do you know about trade? What is mean by trade? What is mean by trade? Yes. What is mean by trade? Where the trade has started? I think most of you have done economics so very well, right? Okay? Most of you are coming from economic background. So we cannot forget, even though it is not economic, if you are from management background, we cannot forget about these trades. Right? Where the trade has started. What system? Yeah, the trade has started from the barter system. So barter system is about what? Exchanging goods or service to another good or service. Right. So with the time being, right, these economies have developed to deal with outer world. Right, you know, based on the available sectors of the economy. Available sectors of the economy, we can identify different types of economies. What are the available sectors, first of all? Under principles of economics, you might learn the sectors that is available for a particular economy. Based on the availability of those sectors, we can identify different types of economy. Can you remember those sectors? If I revise you, one is household. One is households. Households. What is the other sectors? Can you remember? Households. Then businesses. Correct. Businesses. Then the other one. The other one. The government. And the other one. What is the other one? That is the foreign sector. Right? Availability of based on the availability of these sectors, we can identify three types of economy. If there is only households and the businesses, that particular economy we are identifying as what economy? Simple economy. So, or else two sector economy. Right? In that, what is the specialty in the two sector economy? Because in that particular economy, there will be only two sectors, households and businesses operating in the country, in the economy. So they are doing the transaction in between. Basically, the businesses are selling goods and services to the household. Households are providing resources, production resources, which are important for the business. So leakages and the withdrawals, leakages and the injections of the economy is based on two sectors. That economy we identify as simple economy, or else two sector economy. So if there are three sectors, household, business, government, only these three sectors are available, that economy we call what? That economy we call maybe. It is also we can say since this is two sector economy, we can name it as three sector economy. Another name? Another name? That we call open, closed economy. That we call closed economy. Why we are naming it as closed economy? Why we are naming it as closed economy? Because that particular economies are having household, businesses, and government. Those economies have no interaction with the outer world, right? Outer world. So that is the initial starting point of these economies. So what they realized was, right, after mainly after this World War II, what they realized was these closed economy system is not able to satisfy all the goods and services that is required by the people in that particular economy. So there may be countries who are specialized in producing different products, but the same product in other countries it cannot be produced. So that means if you are sticking to one particular economy, we call self-sufficient economy, right? Be producing your own needs in the inside of the one particular economy, right? You can't consume the goods and services that can you understand? So then if we are sticking to a closed economy, you have to agree that the people in that particular economy can't consume goods or services that cannot be produced inside that particular economy. Clear? So then, as a result, they identified there are some products different countries are specialized in producing, and they are producing an excess production based on the availability of resources, based on the weather conditions, based on the other economic resources available, and the production technologies available. Right? Some countries are specialized in producing different products. For example, in the world, let's say Sri Lanka. Let's start with Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is mainly specialized in producing what? Producing what? Now there are very limited products that we are specialized in. Right? If we take developed countries like Japan, right? So those countries are specialized in producing different products. They have dominated the market. For example, if we take Japan, Japan is for what type of product? They have specialized now in the current position. All these technological products, oil, automobile products also, they have won a reputation for these technological products that the Japan product has the made in Japan are the best in the world. So likewise, based on their technologies, based on their availability of resources, countries are specialized in producing those products. So as a result of that, those countries are having excess production. What is mean by excess production? What is mean by excess production? That means their production quantity is more than their country's requirement, right? More than their country's requirement. Same as there are some other countries who are producing some another products, right? Another product who are specialized in those countries, and they also having excess product. So then, for example, if we take A and B, right? If we take A and B, two countries in the world, right? So A is producing one particular product, right? Let's say cars. Right? A is producing one particular product, that means cars. So based on their technology, based on their availability of resources, they are specialized in producing these particular products in A economy. So then assume that the B economy is not capable of producing cars. They are producing a different product, let's say vegetables. Right? B economy is specialized in producing vegetables. So then assume that A cannot produce vegetables, B cannot produce cars. But by utilizing their resources, they have the A country has excess of producing cars, and B is having excess production in vegetables. So then what is possible here? but it's possible. So then even though the people of the A country cannot consume the vegetables, even though the people in the country B cannot produce cars, right? Both of people can exchange these goods and services by exporting cars from A to B and from exporting vegetables from B to A. Both people can consume all the available products in the world, right? So this is the base for the international trade, right? So this international trade has started as a result of economic system. That means always one particular economy is ready to deal with the outer world, right? Ready to deal with outer world, right? Put the topic international trade and write it down. International trade has started. International trade mainly based on the open economic system. The open economic system based on the open economic. Yes, based on the availability of different sectors. Based on the availability of different sectors. Different household. The other sector. Household, business, the other one, government, and the foreign sector. There are three types of economics. There are three types of economics. As simple economy, three types of economies. As simple economy, a closed economy, and open economy. And open economy. Other than the simple and closed economy, other than simple and closed economy, open economy allows to deal with the outer world. Deal with the outer world. Transactions are taking place. Transactions are taking place. What are the transactions? Main transaction that the one particular is doing with the outer world. Exports and imports. Exports and imports. With the other economies in the world. With the other economies in the world. This facilitates for the economies to trade with other economies. Write down the questions. Why do you think international trade is important? Why do you think international trade is important? The one importance already we have discussed. What is that? Why the international trade is needed? Yes. What is the main idea? Because all of the economies available in the world cannot be self-sufficient. තමන්ට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් හැම ලෝකේ තියෙන හැම ඉකොනොමි එකකටම තමන්ට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් නිෂ්පාදනය කරගන්න පුළුවන්. තමන්ට අවශ්‍ය හැම දෙයක්ම නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවා. Best example is developing economies like Sri Lanka. How many products we are consuming as a benefit of international trade? Yes. If we consider the product that is produced in Sri Lanka, there are limited number of products. So we have to stick with that limited number of products if there is no international, right? So the one important is write down the every economies in the world. The every economies in the world can't be operated as a self-sufficient economy. As a self-sufficient economy. As a self-sufficient economy. What is meant by a self-sufficient economy? What is meant by a self-sufficient economy? Self-sufficient economy. Yes. Huh?
Their own production.
Production. That means they are producing whatever the goods and services they want. තමන්ට අවශ්‍ය සියලුම බාණ්ඩ තමන් විසින්ම නිපදවා ගන්න ලබන ඉකොනොමි එකක් තමයි self-sufficient. right? ඒක මම කිව්වේ නෑ මම මතක තියෙනවා. ලියන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ. කොහොම ලියන්නේ කියලා නේද? So that is mean by self-sufficient. Right. So then next point. Based on second one, based on the availability of resources, per month. Available technology, availability of resources, available technology, and other conditions, such as weather conditions, other conditions such as weather conditions, different economies are specialized in producing different products. If we take New Zealand, right here, if we take New Zealand, so based on their availability of resources, what they are specialized, what product? Huh? Dairy product. Dairy product. So like what are the other countries who are specialized in different examples? Countries like Japan, USA, they have many products. Those people are like automobile product, electronics, yes, likewise. So they write down. For example, New Zealand is specialized in producing dairy products. Producing dairy products. So as a result of this specialization, as a result of this product specialization, when they are specialized in one particular product, because they are not focusing on producing the other goods and services. Why the reason is they are available of resources and technologies doesn't match with producing the other product. Right? So then as a result, what is happening in that particular? And the resources there will be an excess production. Right now, there will be an excess production. There will be an excess production. So this excess production. will be traded. Excess production will be traded among the other countries. Allowing the people of those countries to consume the products which they cannot produce domestically, Underlying that, people in the other countries can consume the products that they cannot produce domestically. Right. What are the other things? When engaging in international trade, what are the other important? Do you think only goods and services will be exchanging among these different economies? What if they are exchanging? Yes. Yes, services. Okay, goods and services both. What else? In economics, there are no differences between goods and services. Right? In economics, there is no differences between goods and services. Service also a good. Why? The reason is goods, as per the economic definition, is that anything that is capable of satisfying human need or more. Right? Anything that is capable of satisfying human needs or wants, we identify as goods. That is the main basic concept we learn in economics. So that means even though it is a good or a service, that is coming under what? Goods. So all the other things that are not capable of satisfying goods and services, we identify as bad. And these goods and bads are basic economic principles, basic economic concept coming under economics. So therefore, even though it is a good or a service, we categorize it under the same basket of, right? Under the same basket of, okay, right? Okay, then goods and services also okay. What if they are changed? By engaging in natural trade transactions. Production technology. How about production technology? And production technology also comes another different country. If we are not aware, if we are not engaged in international trade transactions, do you think we will be aware of artificial intelligence? Do we aware about artificial intelligence? No. So to experience that, those type of product, at least these the artificial intelligence based post machine should be implemented. Right? Not only the product, but also the technology also transfer in between different. Right now. Next point. Not only the goods and services, not only the goods and services, but also not only the goods and services, but also but also production technologies, production technologies, production technology. Also transfer among the countries. Some exchange. What else? Currency is the media of transactions. Based on the currencies, we are exchanging. If the currencies are not there and the foreign exchange rates are not there, we cannot exchange. We are not like in the immediate point of trade. We are not exchanging good to good, good to service. We are not exchanging. But now we have a generally accepted currency with the exchange. Based on that, we are doing that. Exchange rate are kind of a facility for the background that provide for the investment. Okay. But technology having self services. Okay. Raw material. Okay. That raw material. How about the labor force? How about the labor force? If you are providing a service, so the other, for example, what is the country that is providing the highest IT service? IT service. Do you know? Huh? India. Correct. India is the country all over the world that is providing their IT services. Right? You can understand that if you take the best IT companies in the world, most of the people top 10, the top management is led by who? The Indian. Right? Because they are providing highly focusing on IT education. So then IT services will be transferred from India to the countries in all over. That means their labor force also transferred in between those. Here, right now, the third one, the labor force. The labor force. Labor force. Also transferred. Among different countries. Among different countries. Across the borders. The borders. Right. So these are the three main things that is transfer. Read the first one, then services. The other one, production technology. The other one is right. There are some other advantages. So these are the three main advantages and the things that we have shared among different economies. Right. So now we have understand. So far we have understand why international trade is important. Why? Because every economies in the world are not self-sufficient economies. Right? Are not self-sufficient economies. Therefore, countries are specialized on some products based on their production resources, technology, and the other factors that they are facing. So as a result of that next point, they are having an excess production. Excess production. So considering that excess production, there are some other countries that they cannot produce those type of products by their own. But produce a country, they produce a product that other country cannot produce. So then they can exchange and enjoy the product. That is a very simple idea behind international trade. Right. So do you think this engaging in international trade transactions are very easy thing? Winning the reputation for an international product just by producing a product in domestically. Do you think we can engage in international trade? Take a lazy. Let's say you are producing a product at your home. Can you sell it to an international crowd? Easy. Even though you are having excess production. No, the best example is Japan. Do you know? I will tell you a story about Japan. How they have engaged into the international trade at the initial time. Right? So during this, after this World War, right? So what has happened in World War in Japan? World War II is nuclear attack, right? Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Right? So in that time period, that is at the same time after some years, that is the time period where this Japan has engaged, started with international trade. So they have produced only one, they have dominated this international trade by producing one special product. Do you know what that product is? And that company is exists still. That company is running in the world. So that company is. So that is the company that led Japan to engage in international trade and win the reputation for technological product. What is the company? What is the product? Any guesses? Currently, That company is producing this visual gaming devices. Right? What is the company? Company is this one. Sony. Company is Sony. Right? They look at the video game. Then, what is the product? Yes. So I do. Write down question. So, and I forgot to tell you, for your entrance examination, I will be making the paper. I will be making the two questions. Making two questions regarding to these two lessons that I am covering. One is internal rate, the other one is balance of payment. Right? There will be two questions for the exam. 25, 25, 50 marks. That you can. There are optional questions. A and B part are there. Parts are there. But the two questions the least. Right? Okay, in there I will be testing this practical knowledge about these things. The recent trends of these international trade transactions, maybe recent trends in balance of payment account in Srilanka. Likewise, around 10 marks I will be allocating for that road. Right? So maybe I will ask like a question like this. Engaging international trade transactions are not that much simple task for a particular economy. Do you agree with this statement? Justify your answer in that example. So, like in that sense, you will be able to explain about the difficulties these particular economies are facing. Right? They practical application, right? Like, and also there are some calculations that we are going to discuss today. So then, once we get right. Right now the question. Engaging international trade, engaging in international trade, engaging in international trade, transaction it has many challenges. It has many challenges. To win the minds of, to win the minds of,
Hello, sir.
to win the minds of
Hello, sir. Hello.
international people. International people of the outer world.
Hello, sir.
Outer world. Yes. Yes, online participant. Anyone
Yes, sir. Hello.
need
Good
to
morning,
speak?
sir. Yes, sir. Can you repeat the question again? It was not clear.
What is the question? Can you read this statement? Wait, right. Give me the- Right. Write down. Can you hear
Okay,
me
sir.
now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Engaging in international trade transactions. Engaging in
Okay.
international trade transactions
Okay,
is
sir.
not an easy task. It has many challenges to win the minds of international community. In the minds of international community, right? Right, then continue. Do you agree with the above statement? Do you agree with the above statement? Do you agree with the above statement? Explain your answer. Do you agree with the above statement? Explain your answer. Referring to a real world example. Real world example. So I will tell you a small story about this company, Sony company in Japan. So that is the first ever company to win the mindset of the people for Japan products. Right? So that is the first initiative for Japan to engaging in the journey. Right? So after the World War II, what was their one and only export was, right? One and only export was these little items like demonetizing body bony items, like handmade handcraft. So those are the only available export for Japan to engage in international trade in those time period, right? So they have this. The company Sony has started a different product. That means mainly the radios, the coconut radio is the first ever product to export for another. So in that task, that was not a very easy task. In that particular time period, who had what company do you think that dominated this international trade regarding this technology? Radios, sound devices, what company do? In Sri Lanka also, they are having a different program run by that particular country for these technological products and sharing their knowledge. Still they are dominated, but Japan also anyhow we on the mindset of the people. Take පැත්තෙන් යනවා කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ ටෙක් පැත්තෙන් යනවා නම් කොහෙද කෝස් එක කරන්නේ? German tech, right? German tech. So Germany was the country to dominate that technological product that period. Still they are dominated by different technological events. Right? So what is their strategy? For example, in that time period, we are discussing about this Japan. Right? In that time period, Japan, their air transport was also limited due to this security concern. Right? They can't fly from one country to another country very easily. And due to this security, bombs are blasting every. It's not a peaceful situation in those countries. So what their strategy was, these inventors of this company, they have employed a marketing team, right, to spread all over the world, right, and allow them to travel in different countries. And what their strategy was, very nice strategy. What they have done as marketing people, they went. So in different countries, they are having these Japanese-based product restaurants, right? Some restaurants are there. Those who are selling Japanese products, right? What their strategy was, they have visited those different restaurants, hotels in those countries, and what is their question was, The question was, they asked from the waiters, can I have a Sony? Right? Can I get a Sony? I can't remember the exact question. Likewise, the same question. Can I have a Sony, please? So then these restaurant people are asking, they don't aware about the Sony. They don't know the brand. Right? What that brand is. So then they will be searching on what this Sony. So then they are inventing, we have a product like this. Likewise, they have gone to different restaurants and different countries until when they ask that question, until they reply with this product is a radio that we don't sell radios in this restaurant. Likewise, that is the main strategy they have followed. So it takes around many years, right? So in that story that is available in YouTube board. You can search, you can find the story of Sony Company. Right? So it took around 10 years. Right? It took around 10 years to export first set of overhead radios for the other country. පළවෙනි ට්‍රේඩ් ට්‍රාන්සැක්ෂන් එක මේ ට්‍රේඩ් 13 දාලා මෙයාට යවන්න අවුරුදු 10ක් ගත වුණා කියලා. Right? So likewise, engaging in international trade transactions are not that much easy as you think. Right? Write down the example. The story of the Sony company. I'm not going to write that story. You remember and find some other stories. Right? Story of the Sony company. Right. Okay. That is about the background of this international trade. And now we are moving to the main concept that is explained under trade theory. Right? So regarding why engaging these international trade transactions, mainly the economies in the world are having two types of advantage, two types of gains. We call gains from international. There are two. One is absolute advantage. The other one is comparative advantage. Do you know the singular meaning of this? Do you know the singular meaning? Comparative advantage. සාපේක්ෂ වාසි සහ නිරපේක්ෂ වාසි. Can you read the slide, please? Can you read the slide, please? Absolute advantage. Read. Read करना ना करें. Read it, please. Absolute advantage is the ability of an individual company, region or country to produce a greater quantity of a good or service with the same quantity of inputs per unit of time, or to produce the same quantity of a good or service per unit of time using a lesser quantity of inputs, right, than other entities that produces the same good or service. An entity with an absolute advantage can produce a product or service at a lower absolute cost per unit using a smaller number of inputs or more efficient process than other entity producing the same good or service. Right? Can be done in two ways, production possibility or production. So this is somewhat complicated idea, right? Explanation. I will give you a simple definition. Right? Put a topic, gain from international trade. Put a topic, gain from international. Let's look at the comparative advantage as well before we discuss about both. Right? You should focus on this because this is the two main concepts that you will be getting the calculation. How these gains will be producing benefits for the people for the economies engaging in investment. Right? So therefore you understand these two very well. Right. Read the comparative advantage also. Comparative advantage is an economic term that refers to an economy is ability to produce goods and services at a lower opportunity cost. Can you see this? The word is lower opportunity. So I think you are aware with the word opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? What is opportunity cost? You cannot forget opportunity cost when you learn economics.
When selecting the best option, keep the sacrificed options.
Sacrifice. Selecting the best option, Hari. Sacrifice, Hari. And
benefit of the older,
benefit of
the sacrifice.
only the benefit. Next best alternative, yes. When you explain this opportunity cost, you should have you have to refer some key terms. One is best option as you say. The other one is next best. The other one is forego. Right? Forego, no sacrifice. You use the word forego. What is forego? What is sacrifice? Benefit or net benefit? Benefit or net benefit? Right? Benefit එක හැම වෙලේම second best option එකේ we cannot assume there will be only benefit. There will be also related cost as. So net benefit equal related benefits or the marginal benefits minus marginal cost. Right? Then it will become benefit or benefit. If the marginal cost are zero, then your benefit will be equal to the marginal benefits. Right? Therefore, you have said what is opportunity cost? The benefit or net benefit for right? The benefit or net benefit of next best option to form. Right? When selecting one particular option as the එකක් හොඳයි කියලා තෝරගන්නකොට ඔයාට අහිමි වී යන benefit or net benefit එක මොකේද? Next best option. Right? That concept is very useful when we identify comparative advantage. Right? So you put the topic, now you know there are two types of gains. One is absolute advantage and the other one is comparative advantage. Then we will discuss simple idea about these two. Then by referring to example question, I will be explaining you how these countries are gaining, how these countries are gaining advantages by engaging in international trade. Clear? So first of all, we are going to one by one concept. Then we are moving to understanding together. Right? Clear? So then write down under international, what is the topic? Gains from international trade. Write down. By engaging in international trade transactions, by engaging in international trade transactions, engaging in international trade transactions. By engaging in international trade transactions, countries are having. Two types of advantage. Two types of advantage. Two types of advantage. Number one, absolute advantage. Absolute advantage. So since this is a complex, somewhat complex explanation, I will give you a simple definition, simple idea about this to understand what this absolute advantage is. Right? Under absolute advantage, right now, if a one particular economy, right? one particular economy can produce a product, if a one particular economy can produce a product by using low production input. Low production input. At a low cost. At a low cost. Compared to other countries, compared to other countries, that particular country has the absolute advantage. That particular country has the absolute advantage. Right. How is that? I am Indian. If a one particular economy can produce more products, if a one particular economy can produce more products by using the same level of production input. Underline the word, the same level of production input. The same level of production inputs compared to the other countries. Compared to the other country, that country has the absolute advantage. So you can see one is explained, one definition, one example is explained based on the production possibility. The other one is explained based on the production cost. Right? Previously, යම් කිසි රටකට absolute advantage එක තියෙනවා. ඒ රට අනිත් රටවල් වලට වැඩිය අඩු production cost එකකින් product එකක් හදනවා. එහෙනම් අඩු production input ටිකක් use කරලා product එකක් හදනවා නම් that country has the less, that country has the absolute advantage. Other way around, regarding the production possibility by using the same level of resource. If we take two countries, India and Sri Lanka, right? India is producing, let's say, 100 tons of rice from acres of paddy field. එක කුඹුරු අක්කරයකින් ඉන්දියාවේ හදනවා ටොන් 1000. දැන් ටොන් 1000 කියලා වී ටොන් 1000ක්. In Sri Lanka, by using 1 acres of paddy field, in Sri Lanka only producing 500 tons. 500 tons. But you can see same level of production. India will then regarding the production possibility, who is producing more? Producing more, what country is India? That means India advantage of producing rice here compared to Sri Lanka. That is what mean by absolute advantage. Write an example question. Assume that. Assume that. Assume that. India is producing. India is producing. Can you change it? Assume that in India. Assume that in India. Change it. Assume that in India. One farmer can produce. One farmer can produce. One farmer can produce. Hundred kilograms. 100 kilograms of rice. 100 kilograms of rice. In Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka. Ten farmers can produce. 10 farmers can produce 950 kilograms. 950 kilograms of rice. From here, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. What? 10 farmers can produce 950 kilograms of. Explain the absolute advantage. Explain the absolute advantage based on production possibility. And the production input. Based on the production possibility and the production input. Which country is having absolute advantage? Which country is having absolute advantage of producing rice? Calculate on two approaches. I need one. By looking at this, you might tell, right? But it is not going to work. So you have to refer these two approaches. Production possibility and the production input approach. Production possibility approach, what it says, by using the same level of resources, what country can produce more? That country has the absolute advantage. Then the other approach, in the other approach, that is production input approach, so to produce the same output, එක output level එකක් හදන්න යම් production input කරනවා. ඒතර අඩුවෙන් input ගන්න which country? That country has the absolute advantage. Right. Prove that what country is having a. First go for the production possibility approach. Now, in the production possibility approach, what should be same? Production cost approach, what should be same? In the production possibility approach, what should be same? In production cost approach, what should be same? Tell me. In the production possibility, what should be same? production input. Right? Production possibility approach එකේදී මොකක්ද කරන්නේ? එකම production input එකකින් වැඩියෙන් හදන්න පුළුවන් කාටද කියලා බලන්න. අද approach එකේ cost approach එකේදී එක production level එකක් හදන්න අඩුවෙන්ම input යන්නේ කොහෙද කියලා බලන්න. Those are two. Check it. Then you can decide which country is having the absolute advantage. So දෙකෙන් වෙන්න ඕනේ එක රටක් ඈ. ඔය පැත්තෙන් හරි දෙපැත්තෙන් එකක් equal කරනවා. හැදුවද? Ya, ya, kontinjen sekian. Production possibility. Inputs. In Sri Lanka, buying a 1 day unit, how many product? That is the quantity that they can see. 1 labor. How many? In Sri Lanka, 95 kg. In India, 1 labor. 100. Then you have to buy like the same level of input. India can produce more, therefore India has the Here the production input approach again. The time production possibility approach again. India produce 95 kilos of rice. 95 kilos of rice per one labor unit. Underline the word per one labor unit. Underline the word per one labor unit. For India and Sri Lanka. Sorry. Sri Lanka is Sri Lanka produce 95 kilos of rice per one labor. Right? Make that correction. And India produce and India produce 100 kilos of rice per one labor. This is the important. Since the India produce more products. Underline the word more products. Since the India produce more products. Underline the word more products. Than Sri Lanka. By using the same level of output. Underline the word the same level of output. Warahan ඇතුලේ within brackets. One unit of labor. Warahan ඇතුලේ 1 unit of labor. India has absolute advantage of producing rice. Now you should realize one thing. Absolute advantage is regarding to a product or country. Absolute advantage is expressed regarding to a product or country. Absolute advantage එකක් කියන්නේ product එකකටද country. Absolute advantage of producing rice is regarding to product, right? Write down. Absolute advantage is expressed regarding to a product. Right. Then comparative advantage. A country the country, the country that produce one product with less opportunity cost. With less opportunity cost. With less opportunity cost compared to the other countries. Compared to the other countries. Less opportunity cost compared to the other countries. That country has the comparative advantage. That country has the comparative advantage. Here an example question. Germany can produce 100 million cars. $100 million cars. 100 million or 100 million Canadian, right? 100 million cars or 50 million lorries. Germany can produce 100 million cars or 50 million lorries by using their resources. By using their resources. USA can produce 50 million cars or 100 million lorries. 100 million lorries. By using their resources. Fine. Which countries are having comparative advantage? Which countries are having comparative advantage of producing cheese to the product? Right now, the calculate. We have to calculate the opportunity cost. Yeah, this G. Right, now you can see Germany can produce by using their resources 100 units of cars or 50 units of lorries. එක්කෝ 100ක් හදන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම කාර් 100ක් හදන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම නැත්නම් ලොරි 50ක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. Then you have to find the opportunity cost. In Germany, opportunity cost of producing one car. In Germany, what is the opportunity cost of producing one car? කාර් එකක් නිපදීමේ ආවස්තික පිරිවැය කීයද? එතකොට ජර්මනි වල එක ලොරියක් හදනකොට here it is when producing one lorry the opportunity cost of producing opportunity cost of producing one lorry is how many? 2 cars. Ne? 2 cars. Right, 2. Here it is 2. Other way around, in Germany, when producing one car, opportunity cost of producing one car is 50 divided by 100. How much? 0.5. Right. So the other way around, in USA, what is the opportunity cost of producing one car? It is 2, right? 100 divided by 50. In here, 50 divided by 100, it is 0.5. Right. Now you have 4 opportunity cost. Right. Now I repeat the same one. The opportunity cost, the comparative advantage or absolute advantage are regarding to country or product. Regarding to product. So then you have to look at the product. The C line you have to look at. Column C. Right, not the G. You have to look at the column C. Which country has the less opportunity cost? Regarding to cars. Which country has the less opportunity cost? Germany. Right, you have to look at this row. Right? Because the absolute or comparative advantage is regarding to a product, not the country. Answer can know a country එකක් හැබැයි ඔයා බලන්නේ product එකකට දාලා. Clear? Right. So then lorries, other column. Which country has the less opportunity? USA. Hey. ලොරියක් හදන්න ජර්මනිය cars දෙකක් කැප කරනවා USA කැප කරන්නේ cars බාග. So what is the conclusion? Germany has the comparative advantage of producing cars and USA has the comparative advantage of producing lorries. That is the conclusion. Right. Okay, yeah. Germany has the comparative advantage. Germany has the comparative advantage of producing cars. And USA has a comparative advantage of producing lorries. Producing lorries. Clear? Did you understand what absolute advantage and what the comparative advantage? Right. That is there. When engaging in international trade transactions, when engaging in international trade transactions, when engaging in international trade transactions, to achieve the gains, to achieve the gain, to achieve the gain, to achieve the gains, countries are considering, countries are considering countries are considering both absolute, both absolute and comparative advantage. Both absolute and comparative advantage. Right. Okay, finally go for break. Before this is the idea about absolute advantage and comparative advantage. Then after the break, we will look at how these will be considered in this international trade transaction and how the world will be beneficial from this international trade transaction. Right? Okay, you have a break and come. The time is now 10:04. How many minutes you are taking the break? 10 minutes. 15 minutes. 15. Okay, 10:05. Come by 10:20. This is a past paper prepared for weekday batch by me, 17C EXP. So we do that question after that. After returning to the class, you take the question, right? Table එක ලියන්න කියන්නද? ඒ කියන්නේ මම දෙන්න පොඩි description. Above table shows. Above table shows. Above table shows. So possibilities. Possibilities of two goods, good A and B. Produced by India and England. Produced by India and US. By India and USA. By using the same level of resources. By using the same level of resources. Both countries. In both countries. Question number 1. Which countries having what countries? What countries are having? Absolute advantage. What countries are having absolute advantage of producing? Of producing A and B products. ඊට පස්සේ මේ හතර. කියන උත්තර දෙන්න. අපි ගන්න තමයි එන්නේ. I think online participants took the description I told, right? Yes. Anyway, I will upload this paper also in the LSS. I think systematic will be uploaded. And this paper, past paper, actually this is prepared for a normal batch that I am conducting lectures. So anyway, you can refer that past paper. ඕකේ C එක කරන්න අමාරු ඇති D එකක් තේරෙන්නේ නැතුව ඇති. but B වෙනකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරි ගියා නැත්නම් CA වලින් කවුද එක්සෙප්ට් මේකට ආවේ? CA qualification එකට ආවේ. Raise your hand. From CA. කොල්ලා දොසන් from CA qualification මේකට ආවේ. 80 එන්නේ TBA එහෙමයි නේද? I think so like business administration instead of calculation. Then hari yeah, very good. Yeah, yeah.
Student audience right?
කොහොමද බලන්න? මොකක්ද ගන්න ඕනේ අපි ගන්න ඕනේ approach එක මට කියන්න මෙතන. ACM ගන්න පුළුවන් approach එක. When finding the absolute advantage. Now these are two. First you have to understand this table. Right? First you have to understand this table. So there are two economies, USA and India, right, producing two products. Right? So by using the, I gave you in the description, this USA and India is using the same level of production resource. එහෙනම් අර කලින් example එකේ වගේ මෙතන එක මිනිස්සයා නම් මෙතන එක මිනිස්සයා. right? මෙතන අක්කරයයි නම් මෙතන අක්කරයයි land. right? මෙතන මොනවා හරි material කිලෝ 1000 නම් මෙතන කිලෝ 1000. So likewise they are equal in production resource. So then they are providing a table that they including the number of units that they can produce. That means production possibilities. Production possibilities. So if we consider USA, if all the available resources employed in producing A, they can produce 300 of A product. The would be is 0, right? Would be is 0. So then second possibility, by employing the same level of resources, they can produce 250 of B, 200 of A and 50 of B. Or else another possibility is there. They can produce by using the same level of resources, A100 and B100. Or else they can produce 0, 150. Then you can see, you can understand this by using the same level of resources. USA can produce either 300 unit of good A or else 150 unit of B. මෙතන බලන්න 150ට වැඩි වෙලා නැහැ. මෙතන 300ට වැඩි වෙලා. That means by using the production resources, USA can produce 300 resources of A product or 150 resources of B. Can they produce both? 300 with 150 equivalent back, right? Resources are not available. Or else the combinations are there, right? You can take the opportunity cost. Now we are discussing about the absolute advantage. So then you have two values. By using the same level, in USA it can be produced 300, it can produce 150. Then you can draw that table. Right? You can draw that table and identify what countries have absolute advantage. Regarding to the A product, look at the A product. A product they can produce maximum how much? 300. India can produce only 100. Right? A product එක ගත්තාම වැඩිම තියෙන දැන් මම කියවනේ මේ දෙකේම සමානයි කියලා production import. Which country can produce more? USA. USA can produce more products. Then regarding to other way, product B, you have to look at this column. Here, India can produce 360, but USA can produce only 150. So which country is having the absolute advantage for producing good B? It is India. You have to write down, right? We say India, A and B. USA can produce A300. OSB 150. India A180. B 360. Right? Then comparative advantage is for is regarding to a product. So product line එක තමයි බලන්න. දැන් මේක product row is this. A and B are the two products. Regarding to A, USA having absolute advantage. Regarding to B, India has the. This is absolute advantage. හරි ඒක තේරුණාද? ඒක කොහොමද වෙන්නේ? මැද ඒවා ගැන හිතන්න ගියොත් වැඩේ පොඩ්ඩක් අමාරු වෙනවා. මැද කම්බිනේෂන් ගැන ගත්තොත් අපි දන්නේ නැහැනේ දැන් මෙතන 200යි මෙතන 50යි හදනකොට මේ 50 හදන්නයි මේකයි දාන්න same level of difficulty කියලා අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. We can't decide, right? We can take this zero situation. So if this is zero, B is zero, that means the same level of resources were employed to A to reach the maximum. If B is zero, if A is zero, the entire resources are 150. So 150 use කළා තමයි. ඒකට ඔයාලට එතෙන්දී conclusion එකට එන්න පුළුවන්. එකම resources use කරලා ඔයාලට හද එක්ක A වලින් 300ක් හදුවා හැකි, B වලින් 150ක් හදුවා හැකි, USA වලදී. එතන මැදට ආවහම මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ 50 හදන්නයි කිය resources වල change එක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙනම් අපි මේ දෙක විතර then Comparative advantage. Calculate the opportunity cost. Calculate the opportunity cost. Can I analyze? එතෙන්ට 5.1.67 කොහොමද එහෙම කීයක මෙතන 180 300 180 මෙතන 300 180 මෙතන countries දෙකක් දැන් අර කලින් ටේබල් එක මේක අනිත් පැත්තේ වෙලා ඉන්නේ මේක මේ පැත්තේ තියෙන්නේ opportunity cost එක දැන් එහෙනම් calculate කරන්න ඕනේ කොහොමද USA වල two products A and B මේ මෙහෙම ගත්තොත් එහෙම රටවල් දෙකක් මොකද USA වලද USA එකේ ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක ඩිපෙන්ඩ් වෙනවද ඉන්දියාව වල එහෙමද ඈ ඔයාලා තියෙන්නේ ඉන්දියා වල A product එක USA වල A product same product you have to calculate opportunity cost regarding to two products. Opportunity cost of producing A product in US. Opportunity cost of producing B product in US. Opportunity cost of producing A product in USA and opportunity cost of producing A product in India. India can produce either 300 of, USA can produce either 300 of A or 150 of B. That means opportunity cost of producing 1 unit of B product is how much? 1 unit of B product. B එකක් හදනකොට ඒ වලින් කීයක් කැප කරන්නේ? ඒ වලින් 2 unit කැප කරන්නේ 2 and 2 how many 2 A units නිකම් අමතක කරනවා නම් මේක දාගන්න 2 A units උඩ A එකක් හදද්දි B unit කීයද 0.5 මේ B කියන එක අදාළ නැහැ වැලියු එක තමයි අපිට අදාළ බට් නිකම් තේරෙන්නේ නැති හින්දා දාන්න අනිත් එකේ අනිත් පැත්තට එනවා මේකට එනවා දෙකක් B unit Right. Then find the comparative advantage. Comparative advantage is regarding to what? Country of product. Product. Go to the product A. A column එකේ බලන්න අඩුම මොකක්ද? US. Product B අඩුම OS you can do it Now using this column also you can. How? See, when you increasing 0 to 50 regarding to USA, when you are increasing 0 to 50, take this difference. Then you are compromising how much? 100. So then this is difference is 100. This is 50. And you can take the same value. B එකක් වැඩි කිරීමේ ආවස්තික පිරිවැය කීයද? A දෙකයි. ඒකට මෙහෙම ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. කොතන ගත්තත් සමාන ගාන එන්නේ. මෙතන 50 here 100. Same values you can take. මේකෙත් එහෙම. 120 වැඩි වෙනකොට they have to compromise how much? Mainly, now back to the lesson. And the value advantage clear. Clear. Now back to the lesson, right? So when deciding to whether to engage in international trade or not, countries are considering this absolute and comparative advantage both. But priority will be given to the comparative advantage, right? So the trade or not trade decision, right? Trade or not trade decision will be taken on what? Comparative advantage. If the comparative advantage are for two countries, here you can see in USA A, India B. That means USA can specialize producing A and export them to India. India can produce B and export them to USA. That we call favorable terms of trade. That we call favorable terms of trade. So if we look at the table, if the comparative advantage for both India, India the other country is not should not be specialized, will not be specialized because that country has a high opportunity cost. So in this kind of a situation, only this terms of favorable terms of trade is possible. Right? Countries දෙක හදද්දි තමයි පුළුවන් එකක් වැඩි නිපදවලා අනිත් රට දාන අනිත් රට අනිත් එක නිපදවන මේ රටට එවන්න. Clear? Right. So mainly this decision is taken by comparative advantage. But fortunately here also let's look at the comparative advantage. Regarding to the comparative advantage, regarding to the A, product A, which country is having? USA. Product B, which country is having? India. Right? Absolute advantage එකත් මේ පැත්තේ මොකක්ද? Product A, USA, product B, India. Right? In this situation, both are aligned. Comparative advantage and absolute advantage, both are aligned. But there are some situations, even though the comparative advantage is like this, distributed among two products, this absolute advantage remains for one country. Right? Absolute advantage maybe A also USA, B also USA. This is possible. Still, international trade is possible. How? Based on the comparative advantage. Right? That's why I told you there are two considerations: absolute advantage and comparative advantage. Then look at this one. Then according to this situation, you can see, okay, A can produce U, B can produce I. Based on absolute advantage, you can go for that. But this is not the main criteria to check. What is the main criteria? Main advantage to check? That is absolute. Trade decision will be taken on absolute advantage. Make a grant based on absolute advantage. Then if the absolute advantage is happening like this, then you can go for trade. Clear? Clear? So අපිට මේක විතරක් බලලා international trade එක ගන්න international trade decision එක ගන්න බෑ. First you look at the absolute advantage, then shift to comparative advantage. Based on this, take the decision. Clear? Right. Then I hope the answers you have, you got the answers for this. Now you can see A should produce how much? Now assume is this trade situation? Is this production possibility regarding to trade situation? No trade. Understand? Here it is no trade situation. Trade එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. තියෙන resource වලින් හදන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රමාණය ටික දීලා. This is no trade situation. If two countries are going for trade, what is the favorable terms of condition? Can you read the third question? Can you read the third question? Explain the favorable terms of trade. Explain the favorable terms of trade. What is the favorable term of trade? USA should be specialized in producing a product and should export the excess production to India. Clear? Again, write down the favorable terms of trade. Favorable terms of trade. Based on comparative advantage, based on comparative advantage, USA should be specialized in producing a product specialized in producing a product and export the excess production to India. What is the other favorable term of condition? Right? Yeah, last one. Last one, yes. Boy, tell me. What's your name? Name? Huh? Tatu, tell me. Yeah. Very easy, not that deep, not that hard. India should specialize in producing bee product and export the excess production to US. Those are the favorable trades. Right. Now, this is no trade situation. 1, 2, 3, 4 are possibilities with no trade situation. May other trade වෙලා තියෙනවා. Now trade. My atelier trade. Right? Trade situation. Trade කරනකොට එහෙනම් USA will produce how much? දැන් ඒ product එක specialize වෙන්නේ කවුද? ඒ product එකේ specialize වෙන්නේ කවුද? India ද USA ද? USA. එහෙනම් ඒ product එකේ මෙතන බිඳුව. USA කීයක් හදනවද? specialize වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ B හදනවද කියලා? They will produce how much then? How much? 300. Hey, maximum හදන්න පුළුවන් ගාන ඒගොල්ලෝ හදනවනේ ඒකනේ. අනිත් එකට හදන්න නැතුව. They will produce 300. Here it is B. Here 0. India හදන්න. India will produce B. How much? 360. Can you understand? Right. So this is trade situation. Under trade, USA will produce 300 of A because producing A product, USA has the comparative advantage. So therefore, they specialize entire resources and reach the maximum production, 300. Clear? B, India has, regard to the B, India has the comparative advantage. They have utilized their entire resources and produce 360. Clear? Now you can see two situations. One is trade situation. The other one is no trade situation. Let's see, trade is better or not. Trade is better or not. How can we see it is better or not? And you have to consider about the world production. You have to consider about the world production. Right? World production. Now, no trade. There are four situations. No trade. Situation one. What is the amount for world production? A 300, B 0, A 108. How much? It is 480. Here, situation 2. Again, no trade situation. A 200, A 220. How much? 320. Then B 50. This is 120. What is the world production? Galle එකතු 240 440 490. Then here 100, 200, 440, 500. Here, how much? 600. Sorry, 510. Eh? $510. Then with the trade situation, how much? 300, 360. 660. Trade or no trading is better. Trading or not trading is better. Trading is better because world reaching its maximum production capacity. Clear? So that is how the international trade works. Take a look. Yeah, Daddy. When country to to conclude, to conclude, to conclude, to conclude, whether the international trade is to conclude whether the international trade is good, good, or better, than better than no trade, better than no trade among economies. It has to consider about the world production. It has to consider of the world production. By engaging in international trade, if the world reaching a high
Hello, sir.
production
Can you
capacity.
repeat it again? Hello?
Yes.
Hello, sir. Can you
From
repeat
where,
it again?
sorry.
By engaging international trade.
That's it. By engaging in international trade, if the world, look, if the world reaching a high production capacity. If the world is reaching high production capacity. Clear? If the world
sir,
is
okay.
reaching the
Done.
high production capacity, by engaging in international trade, going for international trade, better than being self-sufficient. Better than being self-sufficient. Better than being self-sufficient. Why am telling it is self-sufficient? Can you see? USA also can produce these both, ne? 250, 100, they also can possible. But by identifying competitive advantage, they stick into one product and let the other country to specialize in that particular product and gaining the advantage. That is how the international trade advantages work. Right? Hope you got an understanding how we can, how countries are engaged in the transactions, international trade transactions. Right? Clear? Is there any problems regarding? Right. So this, I think, this is the content that we can share for the day, that we can discuss for the day. And remaining part. Now today, as a summary, I have started with the introduction to the international trade, why it is happening, why it is important, what idea behind that, where it has started. So likewise, how the easy task or a hard task. So taking an example, I discussed with you about Sony company, how Japan have won the world by engaging in international trade. So there you understood it is a challenging task. And after that, this regarding this advantage, gains by the international trade, there are two types, comparative absolute. So then what absolute is, what comparative you already know. But before you engage in international trade transactions, you have to consider both advantages. Is it possible? Is it existing for the two countries? But I highlighted not only this absolute advantage, you have to strictly think of comparative advantage when you make a decision whether you go for trade or not. Based on that, you go for trade, and then only you can find that world will be benefited by engaging in international trade transactions. That is the entire content we have covered up today. So then next week we are moving to the other part. This is all about the positive part of this international trade. There are also a negative part also. What is the negative part? Because countries are engaging in international trade transactions, some domestic, we call infant industries are highly affected. So when the highly capital, highly strong companies, multinational companies, when entering into a country, the domestic small medium producers or infant industries are facing difficulties. So that we call so it's the government responsibility to take care of them when the multinational companies are entering into the market. So the government has a responsibility to safeguard the domestic producers, infant industry. Different activities taken by the government that we call protectionism, right? Protectionism, tariffs, import quota, import ban, right? Restrictions, embargo, likewise, different actions that we are taking, that is entirely negative side of this international trade that we have discussed. Then after that, we are moving to the exchanging media. This is exchange. How this exchange rate works? little bit idea about exchange rate and some related theories like relativity parity. Then after that, where we record these transactions, where we record this international trade and all the other transactions we are doing dealing with the outer world. That is the balance of payment account. So that is the flow. I think that I can cover in the next week, most probably. So then we'll conclude for the day. I hope you had a better idea about this. In the dude that I have uploaded to the LMS, there are some other theories related to this international trade. You can read and have an understanding. We can't go to every theories that I have mentioned in that tube. You can just read and have an understanding. More descriptions were included in the tube that I have shared, but taking the important parts based on the priority, giving the priorities, I took different parts to make you aware about this. Right? Hope you understood to a certain level. And thank you very much for your participation. We'll meet you